Hi, this is Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. And if you're like me, finding a place to eat is never an easy thing to do. Whether you're in New York or DC or traveling, I always find myself wishing I had a trusted friend I could call to tell me where to have dinner or lunch or just where to eat. The infatuation is that friend. The infatuation helps you find the right restaurant for any situation. Need a place for a first date? Trying to find a spot for your birthday that you don't want to celebrate, except you kind of have to. I had that a couple of weeks ago, by the way. The infatuation has you covered in all these situations and many, many more. So if you need a place to eat, but don't want to read through thousands of unreliable crowdsourced reviews from imbeciles that you have no idea who they are, hit up theinfatuation.com or download their free app for iOS or Android to search thousands of restaurant reviews and guides in 22 major cities around the world. Or let the infatuation do the work for you by sending a text to 64560. Again, that's text to 64560. A real person is going to respond to you and help you find a restaurant that's perfect for whatever situation you're in. Now, let's get going. This is the No BS Coaching Advice Podcast, episode 108. I'm your host, Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and welcome. Weekly, I like to spend a little bit of time talking with you about some aspect of life, the universe, everything. And today's show, well, let me just start by talking about lying. When we hold back who we are, we're less likely to be trusted, right? People can smell the BS, and this is a no BS coaching advice podcast, and I don't want to give you any bull. So people won't trust you if you hold back. And you may think you're a great actor. You may think you can con a lot of people, but people smell BS. And the result winds up being we're not trusted. And if we're less likely to be trusted, we're not going to be given good work assignments, right? And we're not going to wind up having a lot of close friends because we wonder whether or not they've fallen for the truth about us or the lie that we tell them. So we're less likely to get the good work or have good relationships. And without those good work assignments, it's less likely you get promoted. And without those good relationships, you're less likely to feel good about yourself. It's really quite a vicious circle, isn't it? I remember working for someone, actually he was my partner at that time, who always talked about one of the employees of the firm and saying that, when he gets jammed, he's going to start doing some awful things. And folks, never let yourself get jammed. Be proactive and see the truth for what it really is. That's true of people. That's true of your situations. I know emotionally you want things to work out, but many times they won't. And all the will that you have and all the hope that you have and all the desire that you have may not be enough to pull it out. Be honest with yourself so that this way you can maintain a degree of detachment and look at the situation for what it really is. So that in this way, you don't wind up feeling jammed and desperate and do things from that desperation that winds up hurting people that you really care about. Being a real sports fan is one of the places where we practice lying to ourselves and others. We speak with authority as though we have real knowledge about the teams that we root for. And they're always trying to sell us something, aren't they? They sell us that this year is going to be different. This team is going to be successful. On and on and on until the season ends and you look around and you discover your team really was terrible, or your team won a division and really wasn't all that good. It's better to look at being a fan as not being a place where you have knowledge. It's better to look at a lot of situations as not having real knowledge, just opinions that come out of limited facts and a lot of emotion. If you can be honest with yourself in that way, you'll be honest in more places in your life than just simply that. Try it out. Practice it. I think you'll find it very interesting. In our times, we're trained to be hypercritical. We can pick apart people and arguments and just beat the crap out of folks, all with a smile on your face. Snark is rewarded in our culture. Now, I want to reverse all of this because I've been talking today about, the lies that we talk about to ourselves and others. It's easier to see the gold in others than to see in ourselves. Let me say that differently. We can see great qualities in others that we choose to admire than we can see in ourselves. What have you been told about you? What is the gold that other people see in you? What have you been told? Where is the praise coming from? What are they saying? I don't care what source it's derived from. Listen to the praise too. Don't just listen to criticism, hear it, and beat yourself up. I want you to act on the praise and do more of that. Yes, coaching normally is involved with improvement, but one of the improvements is how you hear yourself, how you see yourself, and how you think of yourself. Because when we have belief in ourselves, it's amazing the things that we can do. As long as we have the skill, of course. If we don't have the skill, it's hard to really do some of those things. I was watching episodes of Hell's Kitchen, a cooking show with Gordon Ramsay hosting. And one of the contestants had a mom who got brought out toward the very end, who was always her champion, who always believed in her and gave her the belief in herself that proved so critical at different times during this lengthy competition. Who believes in you? Do you believe in you? Seriously. Do you believe in you? Or are you just someone who has leaped on the self-criticism bandwagon and perpetually beats yourself up? Give it up, folks. It doesn't serve you. It doesn't help you. All it does is hurt you. So that's today's show. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, subscribe in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, wherever you listen to the show. Just subscribe so you get downloads whenever I release a new episode. Each show is going to be bite-sized morsels of advice just like today's. I hope you enjoyed it, and I do hope you subscribe. And if you do choose to subscribe, I hope you decide to support the show. There's a link that will take you to anchor.fm where you can make a pledge in support of the show. I'd greatly appreciate it. If you're interested in my coaching you, connect with me on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/IN/The Big Game Hunter. Mention that you listen to the show. I just happen to like knowing I'm helping some folks. And once we're connected, message me about your interest in coaching. We'll set up a free call. We'll get acquainted, see if it makes sense. I'll be back soon with more. And in the meantime, I hope you have a great day. Take care. Time for the